guys, welcome back to Discover with Chris and Gio. None of y'all have commented because we still don't know what this channel name will be. Comment down below what this channel name should be, because Discover with Chris and Gio turned out to be like a long ass name, but we definitely want to shorten it to where it's like nice and simple. Alright guys, today me and Chris are going to be heading to a residential / apartment complex. Same shit or what?
Yeah, same shit.
Yeah, so basically this place was an old hospital back in the 1900s. Construction began in 1938 and was eventually completed by 1941, but later on expanded in 1948 with the building that's known as the chapel, right?
Yep, in addition to the psych ward as well. So fun fact, before the hospital itself, the building actually used to be a school, which is the actual old high school. They actually called it Colby Community High School. That building actually was starting to fall apart. Once it became hazardous to the students and faculty members, they decided to close it down. And then eventually they began construction with this hospital. So neat thing about that is the old bricks that they demolished from the actual building, they actually used those same bricks to build this hospital that is currently in use to this day. So some of this history with it being this hospital was built from the very first building. So it's actually pretty neat that they're actually utilizing some of the material that, you know, eventually collapsed and still utilizing it to this day.
To this day?
I knew you were gonna say that. Fucking knew it.
But yeah, so basically it went from a high school to a hospital, and then now currently standing to this day apartment complex. During the school, and then from school to hospital, like during those years it was like abandoned, I guess you could say, or what?
Yeah, most definitely. Unfortunately, we probably don't have very much details on how long it was actually abandoned from that point to the point that it was at. But I believe it was showing like late 19s, maybe I think it was 2000s actually where it shows, because it showed that the building was constructed for at least 50 years. That's what it was showing during research. So
and like,
I want to say early 2000s is when it was
literally
actually
like
shut down.
Graffiti everywhere on the walls, and like all these walls were like just torn apart and shit. Ceilings were collapsing, and
the chapel was all torn up. It's kind of ridiculous.
All right, guys. So basically, we're gonna be heading there now. Just a small piece of information about this place.
As we are heading over to this apartment complex, we are meeting up with one of our co-workers. She did ask that she did not want to be filmed for any of this sessions, so when we do get there, it's probably going to be more of just her voice, not necessarily her in general, more for her privacy, and don't want to really be exposed onto, you know, YouTube videos and whatnot. And I guess, you know, she welcomed us into her home essentially, and in addition to giving us access to the 4th floor, which is where we're actually going to be going today. So stay tuned, and like I said, follow us along on this journey.
Hopefully we get some pretty decent activity.
I'm already shaking in my boots.
Let's enjoy the rest of the video. But what better day than to do this on a what? Half a moon?
Is it?
Yeah. And as I literally say that, it's like completely getting covered.
And what?
As I literally say that, the moon is getting completely covered. Yeah.
That's sexy.
Yeah, what's that? Actually heading to some apartment complex. I don't even know if you guys can hear me, because Chris drives a cammed 5.0. God. But yeah, we're actually heading to some old apartment complex here in our small ass ghost town.
The ghost town.
Just hear this monster.
I hear that wind.
Real shit, probably. It's literally like what, 2 a.m. right now? 1 a.m.
About to be 1:30, almost 2 a.m.
Alright guys, we're pulling up right now.
used to live in
South Park.
Any of you scared of elevators?
No.
Okay, because it gets kind of rickety up by the fourth.
It does what?
It gets rickety.
Oh, does it? Nice.
So the first floor was the emergency.
Well, you said the second floor was what?
That one is liquid. It's actually where my mom was born. Fourth floor was the mental ward.
Oh.
That's where we're going now. We can walk around the property too at the end, and I can show you where like the men's quarters were and
The men's quarters?
yeah, the men's.
Lighting is kind of ass.
I'm thinking that there might have been like a statue here at one point. We don't have any photos of it, even if you look online. Because there's nothing that way. Even in the old photos when it was first built, there's nothing that way. That's the top. Yeah, so,
And you said this one was the mental? Like
yeah, the fourth floor was the mental ward area where they kept the crazies.
That's crazy for the crazies.
The
Oh, is
teenagers. This is why people aren't allowed in the building anymore. These windows are all there because somebody shot them out with a BB gun.
Oh, just to get through them?
Just to be horrible people
That's sad.
for property damage.
That's sad.
And this is a historical residence. You really shouldn't do that. I'm pretty sure
Right.
that's like a crime or something.
Yeah, it's like a federal crime thing.
So they have all our communion rooms locked, like the chapel is now locked. We're not allowed in there, not even on the balcony.
Oh.
We're not allowed in the computer room, and we cannot even use our bathroom anymore, our public
The
restroom.
public worship? Yeah, that's crazy. Wonder
Because
why they would do that though.
they trashed the public restroom right when I moved in. That was the final straw for the manager.
Don't blame her. So we just have little mics. Have you done an access method at all? Okay.
Yeah.
Anything quite like this.
No.
Just like goofy teenage stuff.
Sure, I got you. This guy here will probably put Geo under, if anything. So when I say under, we'll probably just shut off all the lights and try to make it as dark as possible in here. We have a spirit box. We connect this to the spirit box. He'll put a blindfold on, and then this is gonna be at max volume, and then this is gonna like sort through the channels. So if we ask a question, he won't know what's going on or what is being said. So we can ask whatever questions, and then if there is any spirits or anything like that that he catches, or any voices that he hears, he's just gonna spit it out. He's gonna just say it. That's if, of course, if we could get this to work essentially with the spirit box. And of course, we have this nice little spirit box here. Did we change the battery on this at all?
Quick question, how loud is that thing?
Well, the spirit box is gonna be loud. But like I said, we're gonna put this connected here, so we won't hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't hear it, but he will hear it.
I just don't want to disturb any of the residents.
Sure. We might have to change these batteries too, because we need some triple A's, but we'll worry about that on another day.
It's like that 2 bars or what?
Something like that. We also have a flashlight, so we just have a flashlight up over here somewhere. So what this guy does is we slightly turn it on, and like I'll leave it on, and I'm gonna set this at the table here. So yes or no questions, and then we could be like, if there was a spirit here with us today, could you please tap the flashlight and shut that off? And then literally all they have to do is literally just tap the flashlight, and the flashlight will start blinking or completely shut off. So that is gonna be another experiment that we could definitely try in here and just see if like the flashlight method works. We'll leave that on because I have a feeling that that's gonna shut off pretty soon.
Probably won't try the REM pod because it's mad loud or what?
I think it has volume control on it, doesn't it?
Actually, or
I
what?
think so.
Try this for sure.
Yes, we'll do the EMF. Do you know what an EMF is? So it's electromagnetic fields is what it does. So like say we turn this guy on. So like right now it's gonna.
I know what that one is.
Yeah, so it's showing green. So like if I put it up to his phone, well, it's not really showing up on his phone. No, it's not showing up on his phone. So like if I put it next to something like magnetic, it's gonna like do the, like if it catches any type of energy. So of course we just kind of walk around and see if there's any type of energy that's in here with this guy as well. So REM pod, what the REM pod is we can place it anywhere. We can place it like at the front of the door. What was this room specifically?
This one I do not actually know. We cannot find the blueprint layouts for what everything was supposed to do. We only know the floors.
Okay. So So with this, we could try to set it up at the door. It's just like really want to because I don't know if it's gonna be like loud and like echo through the building.
Most likely.
So if anything, I probably like set this like right here in the front. So what this guy does, it's gonna collaborate. So if anything comes near it or touches this, it goes off. By the door right here. So kind of same thing. So like we could invite spirits essentially. Be like, if there's a spirit with us, could you touch the REM pod, see like if they're intelligent enough or have this energy enough to physically touch it. So like as I touched it, you heard it kind of make that little noise or whatever. There's also settings for like, it feels like a cold air, like a cold breeze, because usually you know if a spirit comes through, you get that cold breeze. It'll start lighting up blue for a temperature change. When our lights flickering.
It's an old building.
Yeah, exactly. In order for that to go off, you basically have to touch it in order for it to go off. We had a couple experiences with that actually going off, more in his apartment versus my apartment. I haven't done it in my apartment because I'm not really that ecstatic for it. No, it's not supposed to blink like that. So we'll have to research and see. Yeah, no, it never blinks like that. So I think right there is more like a heat change, if I'm not mistaken. So it might be getting like a heat signal of something like heat, breaking in or coming in. And actually, let's test that real quick because I don't think that's supposed to be. Okay, so that's still good. Nice. It means that something was there, like something was literally, yeah, right. Something was physically there and was physically touching it. There's your mic. So we will stay nice and simple. And of course, we have our flashlight on, cat balls working, and we have REM pod working, and we'll have this guy here. And then, like I said, worst case scenario, what we'll do is we'll ask a couple questions here, see if we have anything going on. So REM pod's going off right now, so welcome to the party, I guess you would say. If you are one of our intelligent spirits, I guess you would say, would you mind coming over to this flashlight over here and powering down our flashlight? All you have to do is just physically touch the flashlight and the flashlight should turn off. Or you could even touch our cat ball that we have as well that's on the floor. Cat ball will be just, if you push or just touch that cat ball should go off. So with your experiences here, you said you haven't experienced anything, but you said your sister, last time we visited you, you said your sister had experiences here?
Yeah, my little sister, she lived here only a couple months before she moved out. She lived with my mom.
REM pod going off?
She would always have this, when she was in her bedroom, have a sensation of somebody like watching her.
Oh.
And my sister is very spiritual. She would love this, honestly.
Like doing something like this?
She watched that Ghost Hunter show religiously.
Nice, nice.
But she's always been, like, she used to talk to our grandpa in the doorway. That one was a weird one.
She talked to your grandpa? Oh, really? And she talked to your grandpa?
And her dad was very spiritual too. Like, he saw things, supposedly.
Well, you say supposedly, but I feel like it's all real. Me personally, I really haven't had very much experience with the paranormal. But in the past, when I was younger, my parents had to bless our house because they were having activity, but I don't ever remember any of the activity. So they actually had to bring people in, like a priest, to come in and actually bless our house because my parents are always getting freaked out. They would hear like random doors shutting and cabinets opening.
My grandmother's friend, she's lived in this town her whole life. She was born here and came back here. But she always said when she lived on the 4th floor, there was weird things going on. She would hear noises, creaks and stuff. Door shutting, of course. My friend Philip, he was actually the manager's son. He used to live here before she was the manager. He also lived on the 4th floor, over there by the balcony, that one balcony. And he always says that he didn't like it there. They had to move floors because he didn't like that apartment.
Okay.
Everyone always and also down like on near the chapel and underneath the chapel is an apartment. No one ever stays there for super long. It's a handicap window, so
Interesting.
I don't know if there's.
And you said unfortunately you couldn't get access to the chapel?
No, it's just I haven't seen my manager like all week. I keep
Okay.
missing her.
So flashlight off, just in case if no one didn't see that over there. So thank you for joining us today, I guess I should say. If you are still here with us, do you mind shutting that flashlight off one more time so we can possibly ask you some yes or no questions today? I know last time that we came down here, we sat out in the parking lot and had the flashlight on the dashboard and kind of just started asking some questions down over there, and then we actually had some pretty good responses with it. A little bit late on the response with the flashlight, but we do greatly appreciate that, I guess.
Spirit box is dead.
I guess a little bit more detail.
I don't know if you guys heard those knee pops. God, I'm popping everywhere. Probably set it on the chair. I'm gonna try the app.
Oh yes, we do have the app. I forgot about that.
Instead of like I guess it's kind of like a spirit box, but it's just like an app on the phone.
Correct. So the app he actually has is called, have you heard of an Ovilus? No? Okay, so an Ovilus is
See it there.
it is a spirit talker. Jeez, those knee pops. So this specific app here, what it's gonna do for us is if it picks up any words, it's gonna just put up random words onto it. So
Can you see it there? What?
Well, spirits are supposed to be able to.
So basically, just press this
The
button.
TV keeps messing up.
So he just went ahead and started it now, so he's searching through some of the words. So if there is any spirits here with us today that would like to communicate, you have multiple different devices here that you can utilize. You are more than welcome to use the power from either one of our phones or any of our devices. If you do happen to use any of our devices, it does set off our REM pod if you happen to touch it, or even if you want to touch the flashlight that is now sitting on the couch over there. You are more than welcome to touch that flashlight to let us know that you have joined us.
Jess.
Or you're more than welcome to jump onto our deal here. So, looks like we have the name Jess. Do you know anybody that was here from the past with the name Jess? Not at all? Okay. So, Jess, if you are here with us today, once again, if that is your name, Jess, could you please either set off our REM pod here or our flashlight that is once again sitting on the couch over there. Once again, just tap the flashlight or touch the antenna on our REM pod, or even communicate through our spirit talker as well. If you would like to communicate with us, Jess.
Probably gonna move the cat ball real quick. I don't know where to set it though.
Probably just in between, it should be straight. It'll kind of be all in one area, I guess. So we got the word Jess. Is there any other word you would like to communicate with us, Jess? Really want to know what that light means, because it's kind of mysterious, I guess you would say. 'Cause I've never seen it actually do a solid red light like that in the front and then scream at us like that. I mean, I heard it scream before, but not like that.
Knocking.
Knocking. Jess, what are we knocking on? Is it a door we're knocking on? Are we knocking on nerves? What exactly do you mean by knocking? Could you communicate another word with us to pick up from knocking?
Uncle.
Uncle.
Your uncle is knocking? Or what do you mean with uncle and knocking? You're gonna have to ask some questions because I have nowhere to go with uncle and knocking.
Or like, does it mean that we're gonna hear knocking here shortly?
I never thought about that. Never thought about that.
Damage.
Damage.
This room is damaged.
This room appeared to be damaged. That is correct. She gave us a back history of some teenagers coming in here and damaging the windows. The grave.
The grave.
That literally happened like the last time we tried this out. Remember the graveyard? Or did it say graveyard?
No, it said underground.
Underground.
So you can continue touching that flashlight and shutting it off. Oh, you want to power it back on? Okay, that's fine too.
Get away from here.
So we are here as guests, and we mean you no harm. Are we a threat to you? We don't mean to be a threat to you. Is it okay if we continue talking with you?
That was like a straight up command.
That is literally a command, get away from here. Why do you want us to get away from here? Is there something bad here? If there's something bad here that we shouldn't be doing, please, at this time, turn off that flashlight. Could you do that for us? Turn the flashlight off? If there is something bad here that you want us to get away from. And it said the grave. Wonder what it means by the grave. Has there been any type of bodies that maybe been buried around this area at all?
The crematorium's right over there.
Oh,
Yeah, that
Nice.
building over there that's all sealed up, there's a crematorium there.
all the cremations would happen.
You're aware of me.
We are very aware of you. We are here to communicate with you. Thank you for also turning that flashlight off and then turning it back on.
Did it just get
So,
brighter
It
for now?
really did get brighter as well. So we do acknowledge you and we are aware of you. So thank you once again for joining us today. So if you're more comfortable with us being here, could you once again just shut that flashlight off and we can continue asking you some more questions? Or touch this room pod or even set off that cat ball that's on the floor. And once again on the cat ball you just have to touch it. Once again, you're more than welcome to use the energy from our cell phones if you'd like to do so, or from any of our other devices we have here.
Okay, I don't know if what they did with everything that's in the crematorium. I know we're not allowed in there because there's lye in there to help disintegrate bodies. And asbestos.
Couple of words that is given us. Evelyn.
Psh, literally got that name last time we did this.
Evelyn.
We did get Evelyn's name last time when we ran this spirit talker the other night. So, is there a spirit by the name of Evelyn that is following myself and Geo?
Psh, why would you say that?
Because, I mean, we literally did this, and that's a direct yes. So, welcome, Evelyn. We do appreciate you, but unfortunately, we will have to ask you to stay at this wonderful place.
Nurse.
So, Evelyn, are you a nurse here, or used to be a nurse here in this wonderful building? If that is a yes, could you please, we'll stick with the flashlight. Could you please turn off the flashlight, Evelyn, if you were a nurse in this building?
And that like actually makes a lot of sense because it being like it used to be a hospital.
Mm-hmm. With it catching a
It
nurse.
happened here.
Yeah, yeah.
It happened here.
What happened
So,
here?
yes, what exactly happened here?
You're a nurse.
So yes, you were a nurse here because this used to be an old hospital. Are you upset that they changed this from a hospital to apartment complexes? Do you enjoy the company from all these guests that are currently staying here, or does it upset you?
The grave again.
The grave.
So you keep on going back to the grave. What exactly about the grave should we know? Was the grave the mistake that we were speaking of today? Like off of the spirit box.
My lungs.
Oh, my lungs, and you set off the spirit box. So, are you saying your lungs are hurting? That was your issue, and the reason why you were here inside the hospital? Or are you saying your lungs because you see my cigar on the table over there and it's hurting your lungs? Because I have a cigar sitting on top of that table, so.
Little boy around you.
The little boy around me, so is there a little boy that is just hanging around? Or you speaking of a little boy that's one of us might have? I'm so sorry I asked that, Cheyenne. I'm sorry. What little boy are we referring to? Is it a little boy spirit? Or is this little boy currently living in this world?
I'm with my parents.
I'm with my parents. So with that being said, the little boy, you're with your parents. I'm guessing that you are the spirits and not a living being. If that is correct, once again, could you set off one of the devices for either the REM pod or the light? Thank you.
It's actually
thank you.
like a different noise too.
It's a mad different noise. Like that one's like mad screaming. You could like quit playing with that. We appreciate that. We got the point. So you say they will harm you. Who is they? And why would they want to harm us? We mean nothing but good. We just want to tell your story. We don't want to harm anybody. And we don't want nobody to harm us. We are friendly and we just want to get answers to tell the story. Once again, we are not here to harm. We're just here to get answers. So we have a better backstory of this hospital, this old hospital that is now a residential area. Say, Ronald, if it is you, could you actually turn that flashlight back on? If this is Ronald that we are speaking with? Or did you just completely drain our flashlight? To prove we didn't completely drain our flashlight, could you turn that flashlight back on for us? Go see if that flashlight still turns on. Cause we just changed those batteries recently too, didn't we?
From the flashlight?
Yeah.
I think we're not actually, no. It's completely dead.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Looked like they went completely dead the way it kind of shut off. So there goes another method. So apparently you guys use some of the energy from our devices. And was that shut off too?
I mean, it kind of felt like it didn't want to turn on.
Well, you picked it up and it didn't turn on.
That's the thing.
Like how? Like mad how? Literally, if you barely tap it, it turns on. It's picking up right here. I'm gonna be popping my key whenever I get back up. What is one last thing you would like to tell us? So we could tell your story. You asked us to tell your story, but you give us a lot of different names. We don't know whose story to tell. All we have is a bunch of names, and you want us to come here, but you're not telling us where to come. Oh my God. Fuck.
Hear my voice.
I really wish we could hear your voice. Unfortunately, our spirit box is not working at this point until we get our batteries changed. When we come back next next time we'll have brand new batteries and we could definitely hear your voice through the spirit box. Alright, so once again, thank you all to the spirits that had communicated with us today. We do appreciate you guys stopping by and having a form of communication.
How?
Now it turns on. You literally turned it on. Like you literally turned the whole thing left and right and it never powered on. Like
Because I was literally like moving it all completely.
I know. I seen you literally turning it. Yeah, and now all of a sudden it wants to turn back on. That is trippy. That's cool, but that's also kind of crazy. We do ask that you stay here. You are not allowed to follow us to our homes. That's even to home as well. You are not welcome to follow her to her location, although it's in the same building. You must stay in this location. She does not welcome you into her home. As us, you are not allowed to follow us as well. You must stay here. Once again, we will be back to communicate with you some more. And once again, thank you. Gio, you must say the same thing. Stay here, don't come.
Don't come stay here.
Fine. You are not welcome to come with us.
You're definitely not welcome in my apartment right now.
So yes, thank you guys once again for communicating with us, and we will see you guys hopefully next week or next time we do decide to come in. Thank you for your time.
There is nothing.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you want.
Other places.
Videos.
Okay, now.
You'll do videos and I can do photos online.
See, that just leads down mostly. Just gotta check my kid real quick. I like it when the lights are up, it's even creepier.
Yeah.
They're supposed to all be on.
This elevator's long.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like a long elevator. But then again, it's for, I wouldn't say for the hospital. You have to, when they're in the beds. I hurt you?
No,
Oh, the elevator.
I
Oh.
hate going to the fourth floor because it jiggles.
Oh, it goes down.
Yeah,
It shakes.
it breaks down all the time.
No, I'll say that. I want to learn here and I believe what we just did.
It always goes down. So this is the place that leads to the balcony. And she's locked the door right now, so we can't get in. Like I said, that is hard.
Sure.
Can't even see.
I just almost tried to look through that.
And like these are a bunch of storage rooms that were turned into different things.
So what was this room by chance, do you know?
I believe these were like where the choir and stuff got ready. I'm not 100%.
Required already?
Yeah. So these are the choir stairs. So I don't know if they stood in the balcony to sing or what, but that's what these are called.
This just goes downstairs to the next floor?
Yeah, this one goes to the actual doors to the chapel, because that's like the
Literally feel like something when you grab the back and I slip right there. That's why I went back like, whoa, what was that?
Oh my god.
That one's still locked too. And like, there's an apartment below us.
This was the public restroom they had a lockdown?
No, there's two. This is the one and the other one downstairs on the first floor they had a lock. And if you can see how well this area is used, that plant has dust on it, like hella dust on it.
Or this? Oh, the plant, yeah, right, right.
But they have like hallways that lead behind the chapel, and like the kitchen area was down over this way, the apartment below, I believe. And you can get your way down to the apartment below through the chapel, I believe, as well.
So narrow?
The apartment.
Like, I literally hit every single step the same, and for some reason it just felt like on the back of my heel, like it was like that.
apartments are that way.
This way, right? Sure, it's this way.
Fitness, crispy fitness.
Yes, sir. But you can go in too. I just don't have the key for that right now. My apartment. And I'll come to my lockup.
Residential storage.
Watch that.
Ah, good.
Jesus. Why the red? What?
Gives more light on the photo than it does than it actually has. It's an exit sign.
What are these doors?
Storage.
Yeah, they're residential storage.
So like where if they have anything to store any of their equipment or any of their stuff that don't fit in their room or whatever.
Yeah, most of my kids' clothes.
Kind of looks like jail cells or something.
Right.
And I always tell the people I'm gonna walk about them, because you definitely can't carry that chicken wire.
I was gonna say that. Unless you have some wire cutters.
I say, definitely not doing it.
We seen someone sitting in this office here,
Mm-hmm.
and then we walked up here, and then we took a left and went that direction.
Yeah, there's another community room up there.
Oh no, this was actually. Is there another office around the corner over here? Maybe. There's a community room over here. And then the exit's on the left. Oh, the exit is over here.
Yeah, that, or that way. This is the back building.
I could have sworn we came this direction, didn't we?
I don't think
I
we
could have
did.
sworn that this was the one. Oh no, we didn't come up here. We stopped at that one. That was the long highway right there. Is what we went to.
Yeah.
What's up? What you
This is the second floor community room.
Oh, okay. So kind of like what we were in, but just a second floor version. What? Uh-huh.
Campings, whatever, books.
Okay, okay. Those
I
kind
found
of,
my tarot cards here.
really?
Mhm.
You do tarot cards?
I now practice. I used to do them when I was a teenager, and I haven't done them forever.
Yeah, we're trying to find,
That's the place that we're going to.
oh, right here with the walker.
Some angels. No one ever uses their community room. Someone's asking.
Probably, yeah. I haven't tried it out, but yeah.
Same. We got kicked out of a house. Our landlord died, and the house went to probate,
Oh.
so we had to move out. I hate this area, by
It kind of looks a little creepy.
the way. We could just go in there because the stress is in there.
So you said it has light?
I believe that's why they can't tear the building down.
Because of light?
I'm not 100% like what I've been doing. I'm not the actual operator, because I would love they rip this place out and put a pool or something.
Yeah, right.
And then they drowned it.
In the what?
They drowned it. So this area right over here where this building is, used to be where the nuns lived.
This one here? The one
Yeah,
on the right?
my mom has the photos.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's that opening there.
Oh my god.
There are no cameras over here. The teenagers though, this is where they're hanging out. So if I go in over here, I don't really know. They come up here. I don't know, a lot of people like to explore abandoned buildings.
Yeah, that's kind of where we were gonna start. It was like, no, let's just have to go, Sunny.
Wichita has a lot of abandoned places.
Abandoned buildings and sleeping inside of them, because then you have homeless people going in, and then it's like, how do you defend yourself against a homeless person?
Technically, I was a homeless person on this weekend. I kicked out of my house.
It's day 2 of getting these shots in the daylight, right? It is the hallway. This is, I don't know if you
Like the back of St. Thomas.
Trying to get a decent view for the viewers. Because she said, which building was this one?
Yeah, this one was the crematorium.
That's like where they burned the bodies, or I'm guessing that place over there is where the weddings were at, or what?
She said that's where the nuns lived at, was in that housing over there.
Like
2-car garages.
like this area right here. Just
She didn't really mention that.
I guess just a place to hang out then.
Currently, I guess you would say, place to hang out. This right here was just off the crematorium.
Open window, about to go explore, right?
Nah,
Literally like pitch black, as you guys seen in the last night. I imagine you just see someone standing there. Yeah, this is the ladder that she was talking about that kids just go up to, or what? What the hell? God damn. Fuck no. Jeez. The hell is that light over there? My God. Fucking pitch black in there. What does that say?
This used to be a door right here. It looks like there's hinges on that.
Like the outline of it or whatever?
I don't know, it's just sealed. It's not hinges, it's just sealed. But I wonder if it was a door at one point. It kind of looks like the size of a door. Looks like they just pushed it down.
Yeah. Imagine this door's just unlocked. She has a freaking lock on it. Fucking pitch black in there.
It's a historical marker, right? You don't want to cut down something that's historic.
Got a splitter in my shoe. The what?
Top of the hour or what?
What hour?
Just top of the hour?
I guess, yeah. Like the bell. For what? Got both stangs here. Holy shit.
Wow, that was an experience. Inside the light and all. Wow.
Hopefully the audio quality is pretty decent. But, you know, eventually I'm gonna try to upgrade to good audio quality as well as camera quality.
My God.
We got a total of 7 names. First one being Jess, Evelyn, Mason, Margaret. She spelled Margaret wrong
How do you spell Margaret?
with the AR, how it was on the
But
spirit box.
you read it perfectly fine, right? They can't see it, right?
So Jess, Evelyn, Mason, Margaret, Ronald, Hunter, and Melissa. We literally know at least
Interesting.
4 of those names in person.
Literally.
So it's pretty crazy that we got those on the Spirit Box app.
That what it's called? Spirit Talker?
Yeah, Spirit Talker.
Spirit Talker.
Only $3.99 on the App Store.
My God.
Probably one of the most creepiest things that we got from this Spirit Box Talker app was get away from here. Yeah, probably one of the most creepiest things that we got from
Like the
that.
most heart racing, I guess you
Because
would
it
say.
was literally like a straight command, and I don't know, we've never even got anything as commanding like that.
Wouldn't necessarily say like it was anything evil wise. It was just more of like, just get out of here. Like you don't belong here type deal. So
Yeah, and then other things like knocking or you heard us. I think hear my voice was one of them too.
yeah.
And
Or listen to my voice, was
And
it?
then Little Boy Around You was also one of the creepiest ones, because, like, I guess we're dealing with spirits.
I mean, not only that, it's the coworker that invited us into her home. She actually has a little boy. So
Oh, yeah.
it was just kind of trippy, like, are they just talking about her little boy, or are they talking about a little boy that, like Gio just mentioned, like, was there another spirit there,
Yeah.
And then, I mean, another crazy thing about tonight would have been the whole situation with the flashlight. I mean, as you guys seen Gio playing with that flashlight, where I asked him to go check that out to see if the flashlight was even working, and he twisted it and twisted it some more, like literally completely twisted it, and the flashlight wouldn't budge at all, wouldn't turn on, wouldn't do anything. And then as soon as we wrap it up, it's like,
Yeah, like
it
right,
starts working.
right when Chris said like goodbye, or like when we were just like ending the session, I went back to go check on the flashlight just to like make sure it was like dead still, and then right when I twisted it, it like turned on like no other, like a brand new flashlight.
Yeah, and it almost seemed like it was brighter than ever too at that point. So yeah, that was kind of a little trippy. That was something, that experience was a little crazy for myself, I guess you would say.
Yeah, probably like one of our first kind of like cool things, I guess you could say, in this.
That actually has happened.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure use a spirit box in the next video. We don't know exactly what the next video will be. Probably go to that one girl's place or what.
Yeah. So we actually, well, I guess I should say, I actually stopped by one of our local witch, I guess you would say. Wouldn't necessarily say if she wants to be qualified as a witch. But she is one that does like oracle readings, and she also does like blessed crystals and things like that. So we're actually going to stop by and see her, and then see if they could actually do like a tarot reading for us. And we will, record myself and Gio through the tarot readings and the cards that we are getting read. But once again, they do not want to be on videos, so that's going to be another video where you're literally just going to see us and the cards, and not necessarily them, but you will hear their voices essentially.
Another thing that we want to mention is like the REM pod, how it was going off. You said that the light was like something that's related to heat.
Yeah. So the red light, did a little bit of more research onto that before we got here back to the house, and it was showing that it was relating to like a heat sensor essentially. So it was picking up like a heat temperature, like a change in heat. So that's kind of like one of the reasons why, we seen that red light flashing and kind of going off, versus it like changing different colors like we normally see if something was actually physically going up and touching it. So we're not 100% sure if like, because usually like when it comes to a spirit, you get those cold breezes, not necessarily a heat breeze. So I'm not too entirely sure what the heat sensor would actually meant during our time up there.
What's the next location then?
Next location is the Witching Hours house.
So just tarot readings or what?
Yeah, probably just a tarot reading, just kind of like for our next adventure. It'd be nice to hit Nebraska and try to go to that one spot down there, or even just other spots here in town.
Alright guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. Subscribe to our second channel, That's So We're Staying Here, and
Crispy Fitness there.
we'll see what happens in the next video.
Maybe we'll go back to St. Thomas.
Yeah. 4 a.m. or what?
3 a.m.